Welcome to Partnerships for Profit, the podcast where we bring you inside the world of joint ventures, strategic partnerships, and powerful collaborations. Each episode, you'll dive into conversations with top entrepreneurs, visionaries, and business leaders, unlocking the secrets to building profitable relationships that drive growth and success. Whether you're looking to expand your network, find new referral partners, or scale your business, you're in the right place. Let's get started.
Welcome to Partnerships for Profit, presented by LeDuc Entertainment. Today we are joined by Sara Hardwick, who is a community relationship strategist and a visionary leader at GIFT OLOGY. Sara, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Adrian. So excited to chat with you this morning.
Can you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about GIFT OLOGY?
Absolutely. Giftology, it's in the name, gifting. We are a corporate strategic gifting agency. But even more than that, we help people invest in their relationships, their key clients, their key referral partners, their key employees. We help companies take that to the next level and really focus on their relationships. What I do in that as community relationship strategist is actually focus on small business owners, service-based business professionals, solopreneurs, salespreneurs, that want to do this at a level that is a little bit more DIY or done with you. And we have a community, a coaching platform, course, all the things that helps those individuals systematize how they invest in their relationships. And actually, very specifically, how you can generate referral partnerships from the relationships that you already have.
So when clients come to Giftology, what are some of the pain points and problems that they're experiencing that you are helping them solve?
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely twofold, right? In the gifting side of things, a lot of times we see people struggling to nurture some of their referral partnerships, struggling with loyalty with employees and the churn of that. Maybe they're hosting events as a big part of whether that's internally as a company, or maybe they have a membership community, right? And they're hosting events and they really want to elevate those events and take them to the next level. We can absolutely help strategize and also execute that from a gifting perspective. When it comes to the education side and the systems, people are really coming to us because they don't want to do the classic traditional marketing slog that everyone else is in, of social media and SEO and paid ads and all these things. We've kind of made traditional marketing the enemy a little bit. And we're trying to give people the systems and the strategies and the encouragement and empowerment to actually believe that relationships can take you places traditional marketing can't.
And can you help me get a better kind of idea, vision of what this looks like? What are some of the typical products or services that they are gifting?
Yeah, so on our side, when we say gifting, we actually truly mean physical gifts, which I know the word gifting is sometimes misconstrued, and sometimes that's like donations, right? Or things like that.
Sure.
We are actually using the power of an item, we say an artifact or an heirloom, to love on someone's family, to appreciate them, and to hopefully have that thing live in their home so that you also feel some of that benefit of reciprocity in a relationship. Those gifts are usually something that live in the center of the home. They're being used by the whole family. Things in the kitchen, right? Beautiful knives engraved with the family's last name that they're using to break bread with other people. So when we talk about gifts, we actually mean gifts, things that people hold on to, keep, and remember you for.
So this goes way beyond just that goes way beyond. I was thinking summer sausage basket.
Yes, we actually have a very strong philosophy. I would say our founder, who unfortunately passed away last year, John Rulin, wrote the book Giftology, and he had a very strong stance against some of those things that you were mentioning of the food and the consumables and the gift baskets that everyone gets on Christmas, right? We say no ABC gifting, so no anniversaries, birthdays, Christmas. We want this to be a strategy for you to stand out, not just end up in a pile of cookies on the conference room table with everybody else.
Right.
The basket situation of food, you never know nowadays, especially maybe someone is celiac and they can't eat the thing that you send, right? So we want to be really sensitive to making sure we're focusing on the recipient, making the gift land well. And usually that means what's something that everybody does. Everybody, even if you're not a good cook, you've got to cut something open.
Right.
You have to cut your takeout or whatever. So we'll give them something in the kitchen that they can use and love with their family.
What inspired you to sort of merge this concept of gift giving with relationship building?
Oh, that's the root of it all. And I think sometimes that is missed. John always actually used to say, like, it's not about the stupid gift. And it really isn't. The gift, yes, is a delivery vehicle for the emotion that you are trying to portray in that relationship. But at the end of the day, it really is all about relationships and believing that relationships are the bloodline of your business. And just like we have a sales strategy and all these sales meetings and a budget and marketing and tech and all these things, right, that we plan out our whole year, we should really have a relationship plan, because those are the people, those are the partnerships like we're talking about today,
Right.
that actually will bring you to the level in your business that you want to be at. And it's way more fun to do it with people and friends that you make along the way.
Can you tell me a little bit about the RICH relationship strategy and what RICH stands for?
Yes, we have so many acronyms here at Giftology, so we could go on and on. But RICH is an acronym for reciprocal, influential, connected, and humble. And when we were building our community and this education out for these small business leaders and service-based business professionals, we were really trying to encompass what are the relationships that we want these people to build and grow and search for, in their business, in their local community, and in our community. And that's what we came up with. We want people to build relationships that are reciprocal in nature. That doesn't mean it's this tit for tat sort of relationship. That means that you guys both want to create win-win scenarios for each other. Influential, you hope that that relationship is influential on your business, but also you want to look for people who have influence in their spheres. Connected, usually that means connected on some sort of values, right? Like maybe if you are really strong in your faith and you want to grow alongside somebody else who is too. And then humble, that's the root of it all. We want to do this with a humble heart. And that rich relationship society that we have based around this is a community of people looking to grow their business through rich relationships.
Well, it sounds like this is a pretty sort of niche area that you're in, relationship strategy. What inspired you to get into this field?
Well, I could say the fun story, which I guess I'll start there. And then I'll give a little bit more of a real answer, if you will. But while I was in college, I actually was at a silly little career seminar with one of my best friends. And she, the woman running the seminar got up there and was like, hey, how about everybody Google something that you feel like you're really good at, you're really passionate about, and put the word company behind it. So, in college, I'm like, I don't know, I'm good at math, I'm good at English. Like, and my best friend's like, you're such a good gift giver. Like, why don't you just Google gift giving companies? So I did. Giftology popped up, and the rest is history. I ended up direct messaging John on LinkedIn, waiting for his little green light to come on. He answered, and I have been working for the team since college. So my experience and desire to work in this field started with, I think, my love for gifting. But where it really has ended here now is in this place of I completely am on board with the fact that gifting is just a delivery vehicle. What actually matters in relationships, and all businesses should really be a little bit more focused on how are we truly taking care of our clients outside of the transaction? how are we showing up for these referral partners and communicating with them in a way that they want to go out into the world and talk highly of us and refer us business. So there's a lot more strategy there than a lot of people think. And
Right.
I'm really excited to kind of hold that torch and be able to bring that to businesses and business owners.
So that friend that suggested that you get into gift giving, I'm suppose you got her something nice.
Oh, of course, of course. My best friend Chloe, I hope she feels all the love from me and the Giftology team. It's funny, I was just actually at a bridal shower this past weekend for one of my friends. And because I work for a gifting company, I have all the pressure in the world on me when gifts are involved. Everyone looks to me like when my friend was opening the gift, it's like, oh, Sara, like there better be a good gift in here. You know, you work for a gifting company. So no, but it's a blessing that I get to give for a living, whether that's giving strategy, giving advice, giving education, or giving gifts. I really
Right.
feel blessed.
Well, and that's, we at Leduc Entertainment try to utilize that sort of same kind of thought process about the, words of affirmation, gift giving, all the love languages and all that.
Yeah,
We do
yeah,
the exact
absolutely.
same bit. And now I'm curious, you mentioned that you've been working for Giftology since college, so you've been in this space since college. Has there been any sort of changes in the industry that you have seen arise in those years? Are any trends come and go?
I think the pendulum is really swinging back for a lot of business leaders to get back to the root of the fact that we are in the H2H business, right? Like
Mm,
human to human. We're still dealing with people. And yes, while the world is consistently coming out with all these new technologies and AI is taking over, and
right,
oh, you need to have everything on social media ever, right? I think there is now kind of this swing back to an oversaturation in everything digital and realization happening around we need to have a way to connect with people on a real level, and that is relationships.
right,
That's instead of relying on paid ads to get leads, how about we rely on our referral partnerships to bring in business? And again, I think that's a way that's a lot more fulfilling, in my opinion, to do business than
right.
try to be working through all these algorithms and everything. And let's just work through people. That's always worked for centuries and centuries. And people, I think, are realizing that we need to get back to that.
And looking the other way,
Yeah.
what trends do you think are kind of on the rise emerging? Next 5 years, where do you see the space? Do you see it continuing down that same path?
I do. I mean, I'm part of the Gen Z generation where we are like constantly on our phones, and I find a lot of things from Instagram and social media. But one thing that continues to be the same is if I need to get a haircut, I'm calling a friend. If I need someone to come fix my yard, I'm calling my neighbor, right? So trust is something that consistently, no matter what the trends in the marketing sphere are, is going to remain in our inner circle. And I think that's only going to heighten as we move forward, where sometimes like marketing can be false. People can steal online your taglines, your this,
Right.
testimonials you don't even know online if they're real anymore. But you can always trust the people that are close to you in your lives. And that just empowers businesses to lean even deeper into how they're treating their clients, how they're treating their referral partners.
And I'm curious, when clients come to Giftology, is it sort of a one size fits all strategy and approach to gift giving, or is the strategy sort of custom tailored to the individual client?
The gifting strategy absolutely can be custom tailored. We do have a tried and true solution and system that has worked for over a decade of these are kind of like the strategies and the timing and the gifts that work and always land well that our giftologists will be able to provide and kind of structure to fit the specific needs of the business that we're working with. But I would say when people come to us, we really have a stack of solutions that can help them improve their relationships, improve their referral partnerships, grow their business in this way. We have a lot of, do-it-yourself resources, a new book that just launched, Beyond Giftology. Our founder, John Rulin, had started that before he passed away, and our team brought it to completion just a couple weeks ago. So that's something that everyone can get their hands on. We have a lot of education as well. That's a do-it-yourself style course. And then done with you, we can always help you along this journey in implementing the systems into your business. That's where I come in. That's where Rich Relationship Society comes in. And that really gives a little bit of consistency to what you are trying to do in your business. And then done for you, that's our gifting strategies of like, hey, I have a key list of 100 relationships and I want you to help me invest in them. We handle all of that for you, which I just think is such a big win, because literally my biggest pet peeve is going to UPS and shipping things out, and we handle all of that for people.
Oh, I hate UPS. Standing in line, just waiting.
Nothing against UPS themselves here, but I just like personally, that is something I always joke. I'm like, if I could, I don't need a personal assistant in my life. If I could have a personal assistant to do one thing, it would just be to like return packages, send mail. I hate doing that stuff. And it's so cool from a gifting agency perspective that we have the capability and the solution to be able to do that for people.
I would like to dive in and take a closer look, because I think it's really interesting. You mentioned two things that are very important. One is that it's a physical object.
Yes.
And two is that it's something that is going to have a permanence. It's not a consumable thing. It's permanent. Can you talk a little bit about the importance of these gifts and why it's important that they be both physical and something that has permanence?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I think at the end of the day, obviously, we are investing in these relationships because we want to show gratitude. We want to show appreciation. And that should always be the heart set of the giver. But if you're coming to us to strategically give for you, strategically invest in your relationships, the outcomes of some of this, of unlocking loyalty in these relationships, hoping that they remember you even when you're not in touch with them every single day and in front of them in the transaction, that all comes from something living in their home. I mean, John used to always joke all the time that you almost create a little bit of like a salesperson living in their home if you have something that the family is consistently using. One funny thing about our physical gifts is we do not like to put logos on things. Everything is personalized to the recipient. And I think sometimes that would be a pushback from some people of, well, how are they going to remember the gift is from me if it doesn't have my logo on it? And our pushback to that is, if it is a meaningful enough gift that they are using, they will always remember that it's from you. If it's positioned in the right way, if it shows up with that gratitude and appreciation, all of our gifts include a handwritten note. So the element of that being something that can live in their home and be used on a daily basis just helps you invest in that relationship and be in that relationship even when you're not there. You don't have to take them to dinner. You don't have to do all these things, right, to stay in front of them.
Right.
You're in front of them every single day just through an item.
Have you ever, now this might be a silly question, but have you ever, seen a client or had a client come to you that was sort of implementing a gift giving strategy, but you thought, why in the world are you gifting them that? Is there anything like that?
Absolutely. Our giftologist team helps people elevate their gifting strategies all the time. So it's definitely not a foreign concept for companies to have some sort of gift giving in their budget. But most of the time, I would say that it's a forgotten about strategy to actually use. And it's something that it's like, oh crap, we said we're going to invest in our clients and appreciate our clients this year. It's December 15th. Let's get a gift basket in the mail, right? So what we really try to do is take that budget that people already have, if they are gifting right now, and let's transform that into being dollars that are actually going to be meaningful and move the needle. We call that ROR. You're getting return on your relationship. Yes, you're getting return on your investment too. But we want to be able to shift people's mindset. And maybe even if they're not gifting right now, they're doing other marketing activity.
Right.
If you're in a service-based business, real estate, all these things where relationships truly are so important, maybe some of those marketing dollars that are being used on pamphlets going in the mail to every single person in the neighborhood could be better used to focus on those key clients that you've had in the past, or focus on the key relationships. Take the kind of like 1,000 people that you were focused on before, shrink it down to 100 and really go deep with those people. That's the mindset shift that we try to get people to abide by.
So, when you are figuring out that strategy, can you tell me a little bit about what the discovery phase looks like when a client comes to you and you're getting to know them and you're getting to know who their key relationships and key clients are? What does that discovery phase look like?
Yeah, it's definitely based on what outcome these businesses desire. Are they hosting events that they want to elevate? Are they having some sort of loyalty problem internally, and they want to appreciate those employees and kind of fix that culture? Also, a lot of times people go straight to, I want to love on my clients so I can get more business. If your employees are responsible for that business, we really should love on those internal people as well, because that bleeds outside of your organization, right? If they have a referral partner heavy business, we want to make sure we're nurturing those referral partners, not just after the transaction, but throughout time and years go by, that we want to make sure that this person stays feeding us business, and us vice versa. We want to continuously demonstrate value in relationships. So it definitely is identifying what the outcome is, and then going from there about what strategy makes the most sense.
Are there No, this might be an ignorant question, but
No.
I'm learning today. Can you explain to me a little bit about, are there any other, nurture, like referral nurture strategies that you utilize other than the gift giving?
Absolutely. Our community, Rich Relationship Society, and the course that we have in there is called Referral Partner Transformation. What that course breaks down is a full system. Sure, gift giving is sprinkled within this, but this is really a full system of ways that you can energize your referral partners for a lower cost. So it's not about, right, spending these thousands and thousands of dollars on these relationships. There's better ways that we can communicate with our referral partners. How are we reaching out to them and starting that referral conversation in a way that's not this random call asking them to refer us somebody that they know? We have a whole system for that. How do we follow up after they refer us business? We should follow up with a thank you note, right? A handwritten thank you note. Showing up differently than just a quick text that a lot of people brush over. And then what is the system like to keep in front of those partners and make sure that we're demonstrating value? So something that we teach is our DOV system, demonstrations of value. And that's 20 plus ways. Yes, again, gifting can be some of those, but it could just be sending a voice memo instead of sending an email. Demonstrate value, pour into these people's lives, show up in creative ways. And that's how you will transform some relationships in your network into actually being referral partners for you.
And you mentioned that you offer workshops. Is that correct?
We do offer workshops for larger businesses. So if there is an opportunity where people have a big team that they want me and my team to come in and speak and do a live workshop with, we absolutely are more than happy to do that. But from a day-to-day perspective, our membership inside of Rich Relationship Society is where those solopreneurs or small business owners can come and learn the systems themselves alongside me, other community members, and our incredible coach, Brian McCrae, who is just so awesome. That's a place where it's not necessarily a live workshop every day, but you absolutely have that support to workshop this into your business build this strategy and really focus on taking the relationships that you have and building them into referral partnerships.
Can you tell me a little bit more about what that personalized coaching kind of looks like?
Yes, Brian McCrae is just so awesome. Inside of our community, Rich Relationship Society, we have a monthly live coaching call where our whole community gets together, comes online, and usually collaborates on a topic that Brian coaches to. He has been in the mortgage industry for years and years and also does private personal coaching as well. But having that community atmosphere where we can not only learn from each other, but also energize each other and collaborate on what's working, what's not, how can I better word this with a referral partner, and all get value out of that while having Brian coach them along the way is just a really, really valuable piece of the Rich Relationship Society membership.
Now, this is going to be a very general question, but just, I think it might be important. Can we reiterate a little bit about just the overall importance of referral partnerships in business?
Oh my gosh. Well, truly, I'll bring it back to this whole AI and technology is taking over the world. Referral partnerships, relationships nowadays are the only thing that can't be taken from you. They're the only thing that can't be copied. If you go and look online, anybody could copy your website, your copy, your clever tagline, your ads. I brought up in a presentation the other day, right? In the beginning of January, all these small business owners that maybe relied on TikTok, that all almost went away in an instant. So truly building out referral partners and relationships that can grow your business without relying on these platforms and technology that just, you never know what's going to happen. You have no control over. There's a lot of money and ad spend and all these things that's involved. When we have people at our fingertips that are willing to help and we're willing to create win-win scenarios with, it's just about making sure we have the correct system in place to energize them as our partners, take care of them, appreciate them, and demonstrate value in those relationships.
When you think back on all of the businesses, all of the clients that you have helped through Giftology, is there one story, one business, one client that really stands out in your mind that you saw a positive transformation in as a result of Giftology's help and guidance?
Oh, great question. The first one that comes to mind is actually because just this past couple of weeks when our team was in Austin, Texas, to launch Beyond Giftology, John's final book, we had a Rich Relationship Society member from Canada actually fly down all the way to Austin to be at this event live. And when I showed up to my hotel room, she took a piece of advice out of the Giftology book. I had a handwritten note waiting in my room. She got a gift into my room somehow with the concierge at the desk, right? And she actually works at a tech company, at a software company, where she is like their internal giftologist. So just hearing from her and also seeing that happen, like it come full circle for me about how businesses are truly taking this, something that we have preached and also can do on their behalf, right? But really internalizing it and putting dollars and employees behind caring about relationships. They have seen an incredible increase in things like client retention and things like that, where I just think that's so important to actually see and value that internally in your company.
That's awesome. Well, Sarah, this has been a fantastic conversation. If anybody out there listening could use your help, could use the help of Giftology, where can the people find you?
Absolutely. They can go to giftologygroup.com. Everything that you need to know is on there. You can find a way to book a call with me or one of our giftologists, depending on what your needs are. If you want a little bit more of that done with you, education, implement systems into your business, we'll definitely chat. If you want that done for you, white glove gifting service, you'll be chatting with someone on our team who can absolutely help you. And if anybody wants to connect with me on LinkedIn, just Sara Hardwick, and would love to connect and chat as well.
Well, Sarah, thank you so much for coming on the show. This has been awesome.
Thanks so much, Adrian. So much fun.
And thank you, everyone, for listening. This has been Partnerships for Profit, presented by LeDuc Entertainment. Sara, thank you so much again.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Partnerships for Profit. We hope you've gained valuable insights on how to form profitable partnerships and take your business to the next level. Be sure to subscribe and leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts so you never miss an episode. Got a partnership story to share or someone you'd like to see featured on the show? Reach out to us. Until next time, keep building those partnerships for profit.